Okay, this is just a review of the two types of interest we can have. The first one is simple interest. Now, simple interest we're not going to see very often in this course, but it's in the syllabus, so you could be asked about it, but I don't think I've seen it in a HSC for a very long time. But remember, simple interest is basically interest that's gained on your principal only. So it's not a great way to invest. It's not a great way to save, to take a loan out. So if you've a simple interest, relies on us having a principal, and there's our principal 1200 in this case. It's invested for 7 months, so you've got a time period, and you've got a rate of interest. Now, what you're looking at is 6.4% per annum. So per annum is per year. So if you're looking at 7 months, we've got to do some calculations because we're in months, not years. So we use the formula I is equal to P times R times N, which is the principal times the rate of interest by the number of terms. So if you looking at this one, 7 months at in terms of annum, we looking at 7/12. So it's only not even a whole year. So it's only 7 months out of the 12. So it's 7/12 of a year. The 6.4 is in percentages, so we're going to take it as a percent there. And then we've got 1200. So we have the 1200 times the 6.4% times the 7/12 of a year, and that's going to give us $44.80. So if we want to find our value of our investment, we'd get our interest and add it to the principal. Now, that's the thing about in simple interest, is that we only get the interest with this calculation. So be really careful if you do have something like that. The other one is compound interest. Now, most things are compound interest. Some things you'll find out in the real world are going to be simple interest. If it is flat rate of interest, simple interest, stay away from it. Don't go near simple interest. It's not good either. As I said, either getting it for your savings or paying back on a loan. So this one, we've got, you're going to use the formula A equals P outside of 1 plus R to the power of N. Again, you've done this formula in the junior school. So P is the principal, R is the rate of interest, N is the number of terms, but A this time is the amount into which the principal grows. It's not just the interest, it's the principal plus the interest, so it's a little bit different. So the question here was saying Karen invests 900, there's our principal, and interest is paid and compounded every 6 months. So that means even though it's 10% per annum here, because it's compounded every 6 months, it's compounded twice a year. So we've got to change our number of terms. So in 2 years, Karen's got $900 that's getting 10% interest per annum, but only 5% interest per year per 6 months. That's why it's half of that. So you have to halve it because we don't want it per annum, we want it per month because we're calculating per month. Because in 2 years, there's 4 lots of 6 months, so there's 4 terms. So we have to change our rate of interest. We have to make sure we get the right number of terms, and then that grows to $1,093.96. So $900 in 2 years becomes that, which means that we've earned $193.96 interest. So we've got to be careful that we get the right amount. We get the interest correct as well.